Hi everyone, hola, aloha, cha, salut, ni hao, namaste, ohayo, yagamasima, здравствуйте, привет, buna, gingerbread, siesto, hello, sincha, yabasiyo, salam alaikum, saske kao, marhaban, merhaba. Welcome international people, my name is Brunel. So Wunder2 have got a foundation out which is fairly new, so I decided to test it out. Now it is Last End Foundation, that's what it's called. It claims to be 24 hours wear with 24-hour flawless coverage, which is what they normally claim for most of their stuff is 24 hours. And just to give you little bit of information, by the way, the shade that I've got is number 60, which is the one before the last. They have got they've got up to, they haven't got as that many, but actually I think it's a bit more than before the previous foundation that I actually sort of reviewed, which was at least last year. But it does say here, finally, a long-lasting foundation that you can count on. Create the perfect canvas and transform your skin for 24 hours plus hours with Last End Foundation. The long wear waterproof liquid formula from Wunder2. This lightweight foundation remains ultra comfortable and flexible on the skin, ensuring your base stays fresh and nourished all day. With just this small amount of product, you can be confident your skin will remain glowy, glowy, natural, waterproof, transfer proof, woohoo, okay, and also an even pillow proof after those late nights guaranteed to give you that flawless lit from within look. Now, first thing, I'm an extremely oily person, so if I get super oily, that's not going to be the fault of the foundation, because normally I tend to stay away from glowy kind of foundations because I'm an oil fest myself. So I'm not going to blame the foundation on that. What we're going to see is basically see how it performs, the formula, whether it stays lightweight, whether it kind of separates, and at the end of the day, we are going to check whether it really is waterproof and check that, and we are going to see after about 8 hours wear what it looks like, and we are also going to check whether it is pillow proof, because according to this, you can go out on a night out, come back pissed and legless, can't be bothered to take your makeup off, just fall asleep, and when you wake up, your white pillow is as clean as anything. What a load of not I would recommend actually going without, going to bed with your makeup. No, especially if you have got oily skin and you've got problem with your pores getting blocked, don't do it. But we're going to test it for about 8 hours. I can't test it for any longer because I was testing another product yesterday and I've had a reaction and I've had pimples all over the place, so I can't even do like a 12-hour wear, which is what I was intending. So that's enough chit chat for now. Now let's just unbox this, and I'm also going to use something from Wunder2 as well, which is their Wunderbelend. So far this feels a bit too tough and a bit too dense. It's not like the sponges that I'm used to, but we shall try it out. It is already damp as well, and we're going to try this out. As I said, color number 60. And hopefully it is the right shade. The other color, number 70, which is the last color, did look a bit too red. It was literally brick red, and no. So we're going to try this one out. And by the way, lordy, all right, I don't know about this. Oh, please, Wunder2, please work. Anyway, it comes in this super nice tube here. 30ml on the inside. The price is £24.95. Delivery is free, by the way, and it arrives super quick. So no complaints about that. It is a really good site to shop. And right, actually this month, oh no. Oh God, I should have gone for number 70 and then work through maybe highlight. Oh man, it's turning out to be a bit of a fail with these foundations. It is just super thick, consistency wise. I've got to go out today. Oh God. I've just squished it. It is thick. There's a bit of red. This is going to turn out to be a bit of a, oh my God. Oh, and by the way, on my face, I've got a primer. I've got Becca Ever Matte Poreless Primer, which is a standard one, a holy grail for me that I use all the time. And especially with this being a glowy foundation. So that's what I have got on my face. And oh, Oh God, no, not another fail. Okay, forget about the colour. Maybe it's number 17. Oh, it's almost like a pinky salmon. Oh man. Yeah, okay, this is happening a bit too often nowadays. Do you know what? Anyone will think that I actually deliberately go out there and find these foundations and try and dig these out and find the wrong shades. Honestly, I don't. I'm someone who likes makeup. I do YouTube. I want to test out new foundations and stuff, especially when they have such a huge claim of 24 hours plus and stuff like that. And it's just foundation shades and it's a no. I mean, come on. It's just, there's just no excuse for it nowadays. I'm just, no. This, even if the color was off, I can understand that. You can turn around and say the color is a bit too light. But when you can see how ashy this is, the undertone is completely off. It's kind of, I just don't, when you look online, the darker shade was so brick red. For me personally, I looked at it first and I thought, no, I don't think so. And then what I did was I asked my kids and they are brutal with their honesty. I said, pick. I didn't say which one I'd chosen for myself because I'd already picked number 60, which by the way is chocolate. This is chocolate. This shade apparently is chocolate. Which chocolate? Last time I looked at chocolate, even when it had milk in it, it didn't look like this. I don't think so. So I got my kids to pick a color. They also picked a number 60. So it wasn't just a case of me thinking, oh, trying to pick the wrong color or picking a shade that's a bit too light. But come on. I mean, that's just like, at least try and get some undertones which don't look so as if I'm like, I don't know, married to death. And it's sort of, I don't know. I'm going to keep this on because I've got to go out. The time now is 11:38. We're still going to try and test it out, as you can see here. But what I'm going to try and do is do a lot more work to try and bring a bit more color in. And then, yeah, we'll go on testing it. Foundation wise, however, this is a light to medium coverage. It is not full coverage. It does dry to a matte finish actually quite easily, so I'm surprised that it's meant to be a glowy foundation, but if it was the right shade, it would actually be something that falls, that goes into the skin, is kind of natural. So far those are my thoughts about it. With regards, I mean, come on, it's patchy as hell and it's just, oh man. I'm not a fan of this, the blender. It is too dense, it is too hard, and it's just, no, it's too tough for me. I'm used to things which are a lot softer, but it costs only £5, so if you want to go for it, that's fine, and if you like it, that's fine. Right, face is all done. It did take a bit of effort to try and get everything to blend in. Hopefully it's worked out. If it hasn't, I did my best. What I did was I actually took before I did my contour, which was super, super light, I actually used my finishing powder from Fashion Fair called Cola. You guys know I love that powder. It's fantastic. It kind of marries everything together after I've finished. And use that powder to spend a good 10 minutes literally just blending it in, trying to smooth everything out, make everything look even. After that, I actually use a bronzer, which I don't use very often, which is from CoverGirl. It is a classic, and you know, it's the holy grail for someone of my skin tone. I love it. And yeah, so I did that, and then underneath my eyes I set it with Sacha Buttercup powder, which I've mixed with Ben Nye powder in the color Sienna, which again has got a bit of red in there because I needed yellow and red, and mix that together and I set it under my eye and then smooth everything over my face, and this is the finished look. The lipstick combo, I can't quite remember, it was from NYX and also La Belle, both matte. So anyway, so this is the face. So I shall come back to you guys in about the 5-hour mark to see what my face looks like. So far with foundation, for getting in the color and the undertone, which have really, The actual foundation feels super light, as if there's nothing on my skin at all. My skin can actually breathe, and it is actually, that's a really, really great thing. I like that. It feels really, really lightweight. Hopefully it will stay like that for ages. It does dry more to a matte finish than I was expecting, considering it's classed as a glowy foundation. But again, that may be because it's not showing through because it was so damn ashy, it wasn't close enough to the skin tone, so you can't tell. But I don't think so, because it should have still been glowy. But 5 hours in, we should be able to tell if it really is a problem or not. So I shall see you all very soon. Good evening. It is now 17:24. We're about to hit 17:25. We're about to hit the 6 hour mark, I think, or thereabout. And this is my face. This is actually really, really good for a foundation that claimed to be a glowy foundation, one that I was very, very worried about. It is actually quite good. I've not blotted, I've not touched up my face or anything at all. So this is after 6 hours of wear. And I didn't do any of the other foundation hacks, which is putting powder before foundation and so on, and baking. None of that stuff took place. So that's not bad. So far, so good. So we shall wait until about 8:30, and then that should hit enough hours for me to be able to see. But I'm quite impressed with how well it's doing. It's still feeling really, really light. There's a little bit of oil around my nose, but to be honest, that comes with any foundation, no matter how matte it is. So yeah, see you soon. Good evening. The time now is 8:29. We've just about reached the 8 hour mark. If we're short, only be by a few minutes. So this is my face. So what can I say? Yes, there is a little bit of oil. I've been in the kitchen. I need to go and have my dinner. It's very late. But I've been cooking over the stove and everything. And this is my face. And I have to say, this is one of the best results I've had in a long while when it comes to a foundation staying matte, considering that it did not mention it being matte at all, and it was meant to be a glowy foundation. I'm actually impressed by the fact that the oil that usually is on my face is not there. And I can only assume that once I put in all the different hacks and so on, that it would be a lot better. My only problem is the fact the shades are just not there. So anybody at Wunder2, you have got, you know, a great product, but you need to do a lot more when it comes to foundation shades. You need to do a lot more when it comes to the undertones, because they are just completely off. They're just off the scale. So that is really unfortunate. Otherwise, if you can find your shade, this is actually a really, really good foundation so far. It is a good foundation considering I'm extremely oily, and this is a result, and I have not blotted once in all the times all day long. Now also, I know that when you normally wear foundation, you wouldn't go this length of time without blotting, so clearly that would then improve. If you get oil breakout, that would then improve as well. So for me at the moment, just going on the performance of foundation itself is an absolute yes. For me, it's a no personally, because of the fact that the shade is just not there for me. Maybe I will actually go and get the darker shade number 70 and see what that one's like. But I have a feeling that the actual ashiness of it will still be there. The undertone is not right at all, but I could be wrong. But I would still recommend this if you can find your shade so far. Now let's go on to the extra bits, which for me are not necessary, because nobody ever wears foundation for 24 hours plus. Really, to be honest, it's a no-no, not to be recommended for anyone, any skin tone whatsoever. But it does say it is was it touch proof or transfer proof. So I've got me a little bit of tissue here. Now, taking into account that I am oily, and therefore when you are oily, you do tend to force the foundation to slightly separate from the skin. So I have to take that into account and be fair. Let's try and find an area where I am not so oily, so that it makes life a bit easier, because I can see around my nose, which is usually a big deal, and around here as well. So let's go for this area here and see. Press firmly. And it just is a tiny, tiny amount. Let's see if I can focus on that. That is a tiny amount. And let's see whether I can really push it and go even more. Be a lot more forceful. And I need to put cream on my hands. And I pressed hard, and this is how much there is. So is it transfer proof? Not in my opinion, but it's not a massive amount, and I've really pressed this down. So that's that one. But it's actually a case of, I think it is so light that if you are going for, let's say, a light kiss on a cheek, then you should be safe with this. Actually, if you're going for something that's white, then I don't think that that's going to last, and it's not a good idea. Or perhaps it would have been if it was a few hours earlier rather than now. But I wouldn't necessarily risk it with the transfer proof. Now, checking into the skin itself, after having pressed that, nothing has come off the skin, so it's still in place. Now what we're going to do is just get the face all wet, and let's test that and see whether it really is waterproof too. Wet face at the ready. All right, waterproof it says. All right, so clean tissue. Let's test this out. Are you waterproof or not? Let's carry on then. Oh dear, look at that, look at that. Testing, testing, testing. Water all over my face. And I hate the bits of it. You know what? I should have used kitchen towels. Now I feel like I've been raiding a chicken, some hens for some eggs or something, and I've got all the fluffy bits all over my face. So anyway, this is how much transfer. You can see. And there's still foundation there, but now you can see it's becoming a bit more like literally white as you peel off the kind of the powder that was on my face to kind of tone everything down. I can see that it's a little bit too pale. I can see it through now, and that's not a good look at all. But yeah, so you can see there is transfer. So would I recommend you sleeping with this overnight and thinking you've got white pillows and you wake up in the morning your pillows are still white? Heck no, I don't think so. I just don't think so. And I'm being kind of gentle here with pressing this down. And you imagine when you're sleeping on a pillow, your face is rubbing all over it. There's not a chance in hell. Personally, I don't think so. Not with this result. But hey, if you want to test it out, go on ahead. You clearly don't like your pillow very much, do you? So that's that one. And we're going to try it out with a t-shirt. I've got an old t-shirt here, don't mind it. And here we have. So I'm going to pretend that this is a pillow. Hello. Night, night. Love you. Night, night. Sweet dreams. Ooh. There's a little bit of a mark. Okay. And that's without rubbing. Now, that's that one. Now what we're going to do is rub it and then see if anything happens. So as you can see, move this way, move to the right, move that way, move that way, move that way, move that way, move that way. Yeah. Not pillow proof at all. I don't think so. But if you want to try it out, good for you. I say no. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you found today's video useful. And if you did, then let me know about it. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I do appreciate it, and I'd like to grow. Bye.